Pocket Biology, Things You Should Know, Questions and Answers, by Rumi Michael Lee. Introduction. I would like to thank and congratulate you for listening to this book, Pocket Biology, Things You Should Know, Questions and Answers. This book will give you a good general knowledge about the essentials of biology and more. Part 1. Questions. 1. What is an organism? An organism is a living thing that is independent and reacts to stimulus and has the necessary vital processes. 2. What is a cell? A cell is the smallest basic unit of independent life. 3. What is a molecule? A molecule is a chemical combination of two atoms or more. 4. What is an organelle? An organelle is a specialized cellular part with a specific function. 5. What are prokaryotic cells? Prokaryotic cells are cells that don't have a true nucleus. 6. Where can prokaryotic cells be found? Prokaryotic cells can be found in bacteria, in archaea. 7. What are eukaryotic cells? Eukaryotic cells are cells that have a true nucleus. 8. Where can eukaryotic cells be found? Eukaryotic cells can be found in humans. 9. What are covalent bonds? Covalent bonds are bonds that share electrons. 10. What is an ionic bond? An ionic bond is a bond formed between a metal and a nonmetal. Part 2. 1. What is an organ system? An organ system contains several organs with a specific function. 2. What is a gene? A gene is a DNA fragment. 3. What is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is the study of living organisms and how they interact with the environment. 4. What is a community? A community consists of organisms that live in an ecosystem. 5. What is a population? A population is a group of individuals of the same species that live and interact together in an area. 6. What is evolution? Evolution is the gradual genetic changes in a population over a long period of time. 7. What is natural selection? A natural selection is the ability of certain individuals to adapt and survive due to their inherited traits. 8. What is hypothesis? Hypothesis is a scientific guess. 9. What is a theory? A theory is a set of scientific propositions aimed at explaining something. 10. What is an element? An element is a substance that cannot be broken down into simpler components by any chemical reaction. Part 3. 1. What are compounds? Compounds is a combination of two or more elements. 2. What is an atom made up of? An atom is made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. 3. A neutron has what kind of charge? A neutron has no charge. 4. A proton has what kind of charge? A proton has a positive charge. 5. An electron has what kind of charge? An electron has a negative charge. 6. What is an atomic mass? An atomic mass is the sum of the protons and neutrons. 7. What is an atomic number? An atomic number is the number of protons. 8. What are cations? Cations are positively charged ions. 9. What are isotopes? Isotopes are atoms that have the same number of protons but different number of neutrons. 10. What are anions? Anions are negatively charged ions. Part 4. 1. What is the function of the centriole? The centriole helps to divide the cell. 2. What is the function of the lysosome? The lysosome destroys dead cells and helps remove waste. 3. What is the function of ribosomes? Ribosomes synthesize proteins. 4. What is the function of the mitochondrion? The production of energy for the cell. 5. What is the function of the nucleus? The nucleus contains the genetic information. 6. What is the function of the cell wall? The cell wall gives physical protection to the cell, and it gives the cell its shape and controls what passes through it. 7. What is the function of phospholipids in the cell membrane? The phospholipids in the cell membrane protect and help maintain the internal structures of the cell membrane. 8. What is the function of the vacuole in a cell? The vacuole in a cell helps to store waste products, it isolates toxins and maintains the pH level. 9. What is the liquid part of the cell? The liquid part of the cell is the cytoplasm. 10. What is the function of the endoplasmic reticulum? The endoplasmic reticulum produces and distributes proteins. Part 5. 1. What is the function of the Golgi apparatus? The Golgi apparatus helps for cell secretion. 2. What is the function of the chloroplast? The chloroplast converts solar energy into chemical energy. 3. What is a hypertonic solution? A hypertonic solution is a solution that causes the cell to lose water. 4. What is an isotonic solution? An isotonic solution is a solution that causes neither a gain nor loss of water in a cell. 5. What is a concentration gradient? A concentration gradient is the difference in the concentration of a substance from one region to the other. 6. What is a facilitated diffusion? A facilitated diffusion is the diffusion facilitated by protein channels. 7. What is osmosis? Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. 8. What is exocytosis? Exocytosis is a type of active transport that transports molecules out of a cell. 9. What is endocytosis? Endocytosis is a type of active transport that transports molecules into a cell. 10. What is phagocytosis? Phagocytosis is when a cell eats, engulfs, and digests a particle. Part 6. 1. What is selective permeability? Selective permeability is when the membrane chooses what passes through it and what doesn't. 2. What is diffusion? Diffusion is the movement of a fluid from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. 3. What is an active transport? An active transport is the transport across the membrane that requires energy. 4. What is a passive transport? A passive transport is when molecules travel across the cell membrane without energy. 5. What is aquaporin? Aquaporin is a plasma membrane that facilitates osmosis. 6. What is pinocytosis? Pinocytosis is the process a cell ingests extracellular fluid. 7. What are desmosomes? Desmosomes are junctions that connect adjacent cells. 8. What are enzymes? Enzymes are proteins that speed up chemical reactions. 9. What is the function of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum? The production of steroid hormones and the production of fat. 10. What is the function of the rough endoplasmic reticulum? Protein production and transport of lipids. Part 7. 1. What are chromatins? Chromatins consist of proteins, RNA and DNA that form chromosomes during cell division. 2. What is the tonicity of a cell? The tonicity of a cell is the capacity of a solution to cause a cell to gain or lose water. 3. Where are chloroplasts found? Chloroplasts are found in plant cells. 4. What are the functions of chloroplasts? Chloroplasts are sources of photosynthesis. 5. What is the function of peroxisome? Detoxification. 6. Give an example of an active transport. The sodium-potassium pump. 7. What is the function of the flagellum? The flagellum permits movement of the cell. 8. What is ATP, adenosine triphosphate? ATP are the cell's primary source of energy. 9. What is a hypotonic solution? A hypotonic solution is a solution that causes the cell to gain water. 10. What is a cyclin? A cyclin consists of a group of proteins that regulate the cell cycle. Part 8. 1. Where is the location of DNA in the cell? The location of DNA in the cell is the nucleus. 2. Where is the location of RNA in the cell? The location of RNA in the cell is the nucleus and the cytoplasm. 3. What is the number of strands of a DNA? DNA is double-stranded. 4. What is the number of strands of an RNA? RNA is single-stranded. 5. What are the nitrogenous bases of DNA? Adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine. 6. What are the nitrogenous bases of RNA? Adenine, cytosine, guanine, and uracil. 7. What is transcription? Transcription is the process in which a strand of DNA is copied into RNA by RNA polymerase. 8. What is translation? Translation is the process after transcription. This is the process by which proteins are created from an mRNA. 9. What type of sugar is DNA? Deoxyribose. 10. What type of sugar is RNA? Ribose. Part 9. 1. What is mitosis? Mitosis is cell division. 2. What is interphase? Interphase is cell replication. 3. How many phases of mitosis is there? There are 4 phases of mitosis. 4. Name the phases of mitosis. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. 5. Explain the prophase. In the prophase, the centrioles separate, and they move to the opposite sides of the cell. The chromosomes are condensed in this phase. 6. Explain the metaphase. In the metaphase, the chromosomes form a line across the middle of the cell. 7. Explain the anaphase. In the anaphase, the separated chromosomes move to the opposite sides of the cell, after the centromeres and chromatids separate. 8. Explain the telophase. The telophase is the last stage of mitosis. The chromosomes uncoil and are less condensed. The chromosomes that are separated move to the opposite poles. 9. Which phase of mitosis is the longest? The prophase. 10. What are codons? Codons consist of a set of 3 DNA or RNA nucleotides for a specific amino acid during protein synthesis. Part 10. 1. What is cytokinesis? Cytokinesis is the division of the cytoplasm. 2. What is anaerobic respiration? Anaerobic respiration is the respiration that does not require oxygen. 3. What is aerobic respiration? Aerobic respiration is the respiration that requires oxygen. 4. What is another name of aerobic respiration? Cellular respiration. 5. What are fossils? Fossils are the remains of prehistoric plants and animals. 6. What is a prion? A prion is a protein that is infectious. 7. What is an obligate aerobe? An obligate aerobe are organisms that cannot survive without the presence of oxygen. 8. What is an obligate anaerobe? An obligate anaerobe are organisms that cannot survive with the presence of oxygen. 9. What is facultative anaerobe? Facultative anaerobe are organisms that can survive with or without the presence of oxygen. 10. Define pathogen. A pathogen is an agent that causes disease or illness. Part 11. 1. What is an acquired trait? An acquired trait is a trait that does not depend on genes, it depends on things learned, experience, etc. 2. What is vaccination? Vaccination is a treatment that protects the body against certain infections. 3. What is conjunction? Conjunction is the exchange of genetic material. 4. What is a vertebrate? A vertebrate is an animal that possesses a backbone. 5. What is an invertebrate? An invertebrate is an animal that does not possess a backbone. 6. What are specialized cells? Specialized cells are cells that perform a particular function. 7. What is transgenic? Transgenic is the transfer of gene. 8. What are target cells? Target cells are cells with receptors for specific hormones. 9. What is a disease? A disease is an illness that affects an organism. 10. Define ethology. Ethology is the study of animal behavior. Part 12. 1. What are the functions of antibiotics? Antibiotics stop the proliferation of bacteria. 2. What is a bacteriophage? Bacteriophage is a virus that kills bacteria. 3. What is a prophage? A prophage is a latent form of a bacteriophage that does not harm its host. 4. Can virus metabolize? No, virus cannot metabolize. 5. Can virus replicate? Yes, virus can replicate, but only with a host. 6. Is a virus made of cells? No, a virus is not made of cells. 7. What is binary fission? Binary fission is a type of asexual reproduction where an organism divides itself into two new bodies. 8. Give some examples of bacterial diseases. Pneumonia, tuberculosis, cholera, malaria, etc. 9. Give some uses of bacteria. Bacteria is used in food, yogurt, in medicine, diagnostic tool, in biotechnology, in agriculture, etc. 10. How can the proliferation of bacteria be controlled? The proliferation of bacteria can be controlled by sterilization, the processing of food, disinfection, etc. Part 13. 1. What are viroids? Viroids are the smallest no-infectious pathogens. 2. Give some examples of viral diseases. AIDS, poliomyelitis, influenza. 3. What is conjugation? Conjugation is the transfer of genetic material by one bacteria to another through direct contact. 4. What is transpiration in plants? Transpiration is the evaporation of water from plants. 5. What is stomata? Stomata is an opening in a leaf that permits the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. 6. What are the functions of trichomes? Trichomes reduce evaporation in plants. 7. What is plasmodium? Plasmodium is the kind of protist that causes malaria. 8. What is the function of the xylem? The xylem helps to transport water and minerals from the roots to the leaves. 9. What is the function of the phloem? The phloem is a tube that transports the nutrient from the leaves to the other parts of the plant. 10. What are guard cells? Guard cells are cells that control the opening and closing of the stomata. Part 14. 1. What is vegetative reproduction? Vegetative reproduction is the kind of asexual reproduction in plants. The offspring of the plant is a clone. 2. What is pollination? Pollination is the transfer of pollen from the anther to the stigma. 3. What are the causes of pollination? Pollination is caused by animals, water, and wind. 4. What is a simple fruit? A simple fruit is a fruit that develops from a single or several carpels fused together. 5. What is an aggregate fruit? An aggregate fruit is a fruit that develops from a single flower with several carpels. 6. Give an example of a simple fruit. An example of a simple fruit is nectarine. 7. Give an example of an aggregate fruit. An example of an aggregate fruit is strawberry. 8. Give an example of a multiple fruit. An example of a multiple fruit is raspberry. 9. What are the functions of petals? Petals attract pollinators. 10. What is a stamen? A stamen is the male reproductive organ of a flower. Part 15. 1. What is grafting in plants? Grafting in plants is an artificial asexual reproduction. In this type of reproduction, the branch of a plant is inserted into the stem of another plant. 2. What is apomixis? Apomixis is asexual reproduction without fertilization. 3. What is the stigma in plants? The stigma in plants is the sticky part of a flower that attracts and retains pollen. 4. What is the ovary in plants? The ovary is the part of the plant that produces egg. 5. What is the carpel? The carpel is the female reproductive organ of a flower. 6. What does the carpel consist of? The carpel consists of the style, the ovary, and the stigma. 7. What does the stamen consist of? The stamen consists of the anther and the filament. 8. What is the pistil? The pistil is a carpel or group of carpels fused together. 9. What is the sepal? The sepal provides protection and support for a flower. 10. What are petals? Petals are the modified leaves in a plant. Part 16. 1. Name the main parts of a plant. The leaf, the stem, and the root. 2. What is the main function of the root? The root holds the plant firmly to the ground, it absorbs water and minerals, etc. 3. What is the main function of the stem? The stem serves as a bridge to transport substances between the roots and leaves, and helps support the plants by holding it upright for sunlight. 4. What is the cork cambium? The cork cambium is the exterior covering of a stem. 5. Give another name of cork cambium. The bark. 6. Define primary growth in plants. Primary growth in plants is the growth in length of a plant. 7. Define secondary growth in plants. Secondary growth in plants is when the growth in width, thickness of stems increases. 8. What is the largest group of bacteria? Proteobacteria. 9. Name the 3 shapes of bacteria: spiral, rod-shaped, and sphere. 10. What is an acoelomate? An acoelomate is any animal that has no body cavity. Part 17. 1. What is trypanosoma? Trypanosoma is the kind of protist that causes sleeping sickness. 2. Which bacteria causes Lyme disease? Spirochete. 3. What are photoautotrophs? Photoautotrophs are organisms that use light for energy and CO2 for their carbon source. 4. What are photoheterotrophs? Photoheterotrophs are organisms that use light for energy, but they need other sources of organic compounds to satisfy their source of carbon. 5. Do prokaryote cells have a cytoskeleton? No, prokaryote cells do not have a cytoskeleton. 6. What are the advantages of asexual reproduction? Asexual reproduction is fast and it can produce alone. 7. What is the cause of malaria? Plasmodium. 8. Are sponges unicellular or multicellular? Sponges are multicellular. 9. What is a spongin? A spongin is a protein fiber that constitutes the sponge's skeleton. 10. What are mixotrophs? Mixotrophs are organisms that have both heterotrophic function and photosynthesis function. Part 18. 1. What are thermophiles? Thermophiles are organisms that thrive in a habitat at very high temperatures. 2. What is endosymbiosis? Endosymbiosis is when one organism lives inside another. 3. Can viruses metabolize? Yes, viruses can metabolize. 4. What are hermaphrodites? Hermaphrodites are organisms that have the ability to produce both sperm and eggs. 5. Do sponges reproduce sexually? Yes, sponges reproduce sexually. 6. Do sponges reproduce asexually? Yes, sponges reproduce asexually. Conclusion. Thank you once again for listening to this book. I hope it has helped your knowledge in biology.